Hello everyone, Amradorn here, and welcome back to sJourneys. Today we're going to be working on this blacksmith shop that I've got laid out here. Now, it is going to be usable because in the back there I'm going to have a cobblestone generator, so that we will be able to basically stand in that circular area, which is going to be the furnace room, and be able to generate cobblestone and smelt it up, because there will be some furnaces in there. It won't be like a true furnace array. It'll have to be manual, just because there isn't going to be enough room in there to like automate how it all works. At least I don't think so. But I'm also going to turn this into my stone storage area. Basically any stone, cobblestone, stone brick, all of that stuff, if I ever need it, will be in this building over here. And that's kind of how that's going to work out. Before I do that, though, there is a couple of changes that I've made over in the garden that I kind of want to show you. Mostly some storage-related stuff. So let's head over there real quick. So the gardens have turned out really well. I'm happy with how everything has kind of come together here. And how, you know, this is really kind of a useful area. I've kind of actually been coming in here and harvesting stuff as time goes on. But one thing it didn't have really was storage. And sure, I could like try to store everything in an inn, or have, you know, try to put a barn or something somewhere. But I thought, you know, each of these areas is kind of divided up by a specific crop, so why not have the storage with it? So I just put in some barrels, and while I don't have a whole lot of sugarcane in here yet, you can see I've got 54. And so yeah, and as I use stuff, you know, if I'm getting low, I can just harvest. We're gonna have, you know, cocoa beans over here. You know, we can have vines in one. You know, over here I've got sweet berries. You know, these have basically got stuff built in so that we can harvest the honey and the honeycomb, so that, you know, I don't have to worry about that. Then this here can be for actually this is for bamboo, because I've got this bamboo patch here. And then I've got beetroot. And then we'll have carrots over here. And then over here, you know, we got stuff to, you know, as we're breeding up pigs and getting stuff from them, we've got that one over there. And I've done the same thing for the cows and the sheep over here. And, you know, and the chickens. I've just got, you know, one storage over here for all of that. So I think that's going to work out really well. We've got one over here for melons, you know, and yeah, we'll just harvest things as they go, and they'll work just fine. And I think that's going to work out really well. I like having the stuff, you know, it does spread out my storage all over the place. You know, and you kind of got to remember where it all is. But if you're going there to harvest them anyway, you might as well have your storage next to it, you know? And since this particular town that I'm working on, I haven't really done anything as like automated storage or anything like that. I do have some plans to build some automated storage stuff, you know, some auto sorting stuff. And we'll do that, you know, way down the line in a different town. I think there's, you know, when I do like the futuristic area, I think that's where we're going to do a lot of that automated stuff. Now for the blacksmith shop, I really kind of want to use a brick pattern. I've laid this out here in cobblestone, but really brick and granite I think is going to be kind of what I use to put this all together. So before we get too far into this build, I need to put together the cobblestone generator. So I hope you enjoyed that last clip where I built this really cool looking blacksmith shop, this really amazing kiln room, and how I ended up with this really tight and compact and kind of odd shaped upper living area, but how it's all going to work out in the end. Oh, that's right. You didn't get to see any of that because I forgot to hit the record button during that entire 20-minute clip. So, why don't I walk you through it a second time? Unfortunately, you won't be able to get to watch me as I built it, but I can at least show you what I ended up with. So, we have this kiln here, basically the furnace room. It is an ellipsoid-shaped building. From the outside, it looks like one of those old Victorian-style kilns. Quite a bit smaller, of course, but, you know, it definitely looks, you know, very unusually shaped. And we got a nice chimney at the top. One thing I haven't done yet is I haven't gone through this building and, like, done up the texture, so it looks like it's brand new. I need to get some granite in here and some polished granite and kind of mix it up a little bit so that it doesn't look so much like a fresh built building. I want to get that done. Inside here, okay, so this is kind of the main entryway. You know, when you're coming over to the blacksmith, this will be the first room that you see. So this will be where the shop basically is. You know, we got stairs going up to the living area, and then we've got this doorway over here that leads over into the furnace itself. And then we've got this little thing here. This is really just a lava pit. Just for kind of looks. It's not going to be all that useful, but you know, it might be able to put in like a workbench or something in here where the blacksmith is doing his thing. Over here, we have our cobblestone generator that we put together. I used iron for the floor of this thing, and I have iron on both the top and the bottom of the water channel. And then I can just kind of stand here and collect as much cobblestone as I need as I go through here. When I break it, it goes down into these hoppers and then collects into this chest. And so the way this works, it's just, you know, you got water coming in from the side, and you got lava coming down from the top, and that creates stone. If I had Silk Touch pickaxe on me instead of the one that I've currently got with me, then I would get stone instead of cobblestone. But it all works pretty good. I'm really happy with how that turned out. I put this crafting table down here so that I would kind of know where I need to stand, but it would also give me something to work with in case I wanted to do some stuff. I got stone in that chest right there, and I've got cobblestone over here. I used this thing to generate all the cobblestone that I needed to make all these furnaces that make up the floor in here. There are a lot of furnaces. I'm going to say almost a stack, maybe a little bit more than a stack of furnaces for this floor. All of this brick, I ended up getting that from my village traders over at the iron farm in my older area of the server. And I just did a whole bunch of trading and got that brick put together. I've got some torches in here lighting it up at the moment. What I want to do is put in some sort of furnace array in here. Now, I originally had not intended to do this as like an automatic thing, but I might be able to get some sort of automatic feeding system into these. I'll have to check and see what I can come up with in here. There's actually more room in here than I really kind of planned for. So we might be able to put kind of a super smelter in here and make this even more useful. I do want some storage in here though. I want the ability to store all of my cobble, my stone and all of my crafted stone stuff in this building in some form or another. Up these stairs we go to the upper floor area, and this is kind of the living area for the blacksmith. We'll put some beds and stuff in here. We do have a little bit of oddities just in the way that the whole building is put together, because over here underneath of this is the cobblestone generator, so we can't really dig down into that too far. It does make the roof look a little weird from the outside, especially on the back here, because you've got basically a standard gable roof here, but then you have this addition area here this is the cobblestone generator. So you've got this little addition here, and you've got some kind of oddly placed windows there, but it all kind of works together, and I'm pretty happy with it. I will have to reroute this road that I basically had to use because of the placement of this whole thing. I have thought about putting a window up here to give the upper living area a little bit more space and a little bit more light. I'm not sure how it'll fit yet, especially with the way the odd shaped roof as it is. But we might give it a try. I do have a chimney here for the living area, as well as the chimney for the kiln itself. But that is our blacksmith shop. The next thing I want to do is I really want to work on this interior and get it all set up. I need some more furnaces. I need a lot more furnaces. Right now I'm going through all of my chests, trying to make sure that I find everything that is kind of stone or brick related and pulling it out. I'm going to get my coal out of here as well, because I want to be able to use that. Mod drops, plants, granite. That should be pretty close to everything in there. Let's go upstairs and check what I've got up there. So I think I have everything that needs to go over here. So we'll take that over here, and I'll show you what I've got set up here. So I wasn't able to put a track on both the fuel and the items that I want to smelt up in the furnaces. So I just did one for the fuel. So we can take and we can put our coal in here. Okay. And then we can send this on around and let that do its thing. We've got storage here for cobblestone. Storage over here for stone. Crafted stone, it goes in here. So that'll be things like smooth stone, stone slabs, stone buttons, odds and ends like that. We've got a place for crafted cobble. I'm going to go ahead and store the mossy cobble up in there as well. Crafted stone brick and crafted brick, or just brick, and that'll take crafted brick. Then we'll have stone brick over here, and that should take care of pretty much everything that we want to store here. I'm going to go ahead and pull the spruce planks out of all of these furnaces. Okay, those are getting coal. That's good. There we go. That one doesn't seem to be getting anything. I wonder if I've got this in the wrong place and it's locking the hopper or something. There we go. Yeah, that might have been locking the hopper. Alright, so then when we went to fire something up, like if we went to do all this cobblestone, we just put it in our chests here. Like so. And it does its thing. And we can turn that off. And then when they're finished, they'll come down here. So it's still kind of a basic smelter system. It's not as advanced as, you know, some things. But it'll work for what I need it to do when I need it. And we've got storage in here for everything, which is kind of the primary objective here. So we got these chests up here for the storage, and then I want the chest sitting on something, so I used spruce trap doors to make shelves. And I'm okay with having these hoppers exposed. I think that's fine. I did put in these smelters, these blast furnaces here, so I can do up things like iron and gold when I get those, and it'll work. I have thought about putting in some sort of switch for turning the hoppers off so I can collect stuff in the furnaces, but I really don't have a way to do that. What I can do, I suppose, is basically fill up all these hoppers with a blocker tool of some sort, and do that. I also might be able to put in a switch of some sort by going down through the floor, changing out one of these blocks and kind of doing a switch system that way to shut them on and off from underneath. That could be something that we can look at. Just not sure exactly how to do that yet. But it works. And yeah, so this is basically the furnace room or the kiln. It is totally useful, and it does exactly what I need it to do. I can come in here and collect all this stuff. And continue to make cobblestone. And then through these furnaces I can make stone, I can make smooth stone, I can make cracked stone, stone brick. I suppose one thing I could do is put in a stone cutter's table in here. That would probably be something useful. Maybe put them over here on either side of this or something. Or maybe I'll put them in here. It would be nice to have everything in here, though, that I'm using. I could put that right there, and it wouldn't be a big deal. Or put an iron block there and put it on there. An anvil in here would also be useful. So we'll look at that. Next thing I'm going to do is the interior of the shop itself, and then the upstairs. I've gotten the interior of the Blacksmith Shop done, and I've even added on a little expansion here and this little porch kind of covered area. So let me go in and show you what we've got put together. Through this door here, we enter into the main Blacksmith Shop area. We've got a weaponsmith over here. He's doing his thing. He seems to be having trouble with the doors. And so am I, apparently. I don't understand why they just keep wanting to jump up on everything. So we got a couple of weaponsmiths. We got them from the grindstones here. And they kind of hang out in this room here. We've got some tools laying around. We've got a place for tools that we can make and purchase from the villagers that are in here. We have some weapons for sale, and we've got some tools and stuff hanging on the wall over here. This is all with that armor stand pack that lets us do that, which is from Vanilla Tweaks. So you can look that up and go get those. Up here, we just put in a whole bunch of beds. Yep. Because I have like 6 villagers in this building now, so I want them to be able to do whatever it is that they need to do and sleep. Or jump constantly. Through this door is our expansion that we put in. We've got a couple of blast furnaces here with some armorers. And, you know, they make armor that from the irons and stuff that's melted up in the furnace over here. And so all of this is put together in such a way that it is useful. Now we got our thing going around here and making up stone right now. We have our cobblestone generator right here that allows us to make as much of this stuff as we need. You know, and we've got our villagers in here so we can do a little bit of trading with. I've moved some iron over here from the iron farm. So I can do some trading there. You know, and it makes this whole area quite useful. And I've got chests and stuff laid out. So basically things like iron, stone, cobblestone, all of that will be stored in this building. So that if I ever needed any of it, I know where it is. So that's kind of my plan for these buildings, for these market space buildings, is that not only do they have workbenches and villagers, but they're actually also my storage for whatever it is that they, you know, are kind of tied around. So this blacksmith shop is going to store my iron, it's going to store my tools and my armor, and it's going to have my stone and cobblestone. You know, it just keeps it all in one place. And I know that it's kind of a non-traditional storage area. So, you know, like the fields over here, you know, where I've got chests and barrels laid out in the individual places for stuff, you know, that's kind of how I want to do this village. So this building over here is going to be my next project, and I haven't decided if it's going to be a leatherworking shop or exactly what it is, but it's inspired from one of the buildings in Minecraft Dungeons, and I think you'll like it. So stop in with my next episode, and we will put this building together. But I think that is about all the time I have for this one, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like button down below. If you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button. And until next time, you guys have a good one. Goodbye.